Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my October horror movie-a-thon. So I figured we'd just talk about a creature feature, kind of a thing going on here. And for those who don't know, yes, I've already reviewed the Japanese version and the American version of this movie a while back. So why am I doing another video reviewing this movie? That's because I have another edition I want to talk about, I guess. The edition that I have is the one right here, folks. So yeah, it's the presented in cinemascope edition, I guess you can say. So in some ways, this gives me a chance to talk about this film, like kaiju kind of a thing going on here. So yeah, I guess it seems fitting when you think about it, because it does give us like the spooky aspect, I guess you can say, like horror movie shoot or whatever. There's lots of destruction and two giant creatures are going at it, I guess. Just pretty much demolishing everything in the wake. So close enough, I guess you can say. Anyway, as usual, I have to talk about the plot. So let's just get into it, of course. So what's going on here is that, yes, of course, Godzilla has returned, but he's not the only one that's around. There's this monster named Agrias, and he's from a species, of course, and Anguirus has been waken up by the atomic blasts and whatnot. So, of course, you know what that means. It's going to be tons of the mayhem and whatnot. And the people over here, the human characters, pretty much has to figure out a way to stop this, of course. And, like, it seems like everybody is shocked that Godzilla is around, but to make it worse, there's two monsters here. So, yeah, there's this pilot guy. He's kind of this individual who wants to make a living, of course, but can't because his life has been interrupted by this. And there's his friend of his, of course. His friend is planning to marry this woman he really likes. So yeah, women are presenting this film in a way like they're people like everyone else. So yeah, there you go, equal rights for everybody, I guess you can say. Equal rights, yes sir. And people say they want diversity in these movies. Diversity for you. But anyway, moreover, point being is that everybody's life can't be normal at all because what's going on here? So as you can guess, these two monsters don't like each other. So they basically just want to just beat the living shit out of each other. So yeah. In this edition that I'm referring to, folks, yes, of course, there's the Japanese and American edition of this film, folks. And yeah, just so those who don't know, it does have the English subtitles if you choose to see the Japanese version. The auto commentary is there as well, folks, of course, along with the slideshow of original movie posters, the active suit acting featurettes, and yes, this edition of this film gives you the length of time, of course, of both versions. But if I have to give any complaints, is that if you want to see the audio commentary, it's only featured in the American version of this film. Which, if you have to ask me, that's just fucking bullshit. What can it be? I don't know. Can I have like two separate tracks here? I don't know. That's too much effort or something. Whatever. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring this up because, in some ways, even though it may seem a bit lackluster, which it is, it does seem to give you, I guess, enough information behind the feature and whatnot. Sound quality is actually pretty good in this, so you can hear the music from both versions quite well, and also the picture quality is actually quite good on top of that as well, folks. So that's definitely a positive I can say about these. Of course, this is probably cropped together, and nothing's too zoomed in or anything. So yeah, regardless of which version you see, the presentation of both versions are nicely done. Is what I'm getting at. So that's definitely a plus there. While I wouldn't exactly call this film a masterpiece by any means because it's far from it, because honestly, this feels rushed. The first film was a massive success that they had to quickly make this one. When I say quickly, I mean a quickie sequel because this was made in roughly in less than 6 months. Oh yeah. Though how to get the return, considering what had occurred in the first film is beyond me. That's like a big, massive plot hole right there. Unless there's an explanation there, I'm not finding. I guess you can say. But anyway, point being is that this film does have its moments, and the fact that you can see a much clearer, uh, in a presentation like this compared to what the VHS tape. Yes, I actually owned the VHS tape version of this movie, the bastard version. The voice acting just reminded me of Bonnie Robert from the Flintstones. Ugh, it comes off comical. I mean, come on. Anyway, but yeah, this one is presented in a way that you can actually enjoy both versions. Either one you can get if you want, of course. And by the way, the art of suit acting is actually narrated, so as even that's presented in a good way too. So yeah, having people in these kinds of things can be considered as a lost art, I guess you can say. It's nothing but CGI nowadays, I suppose. So yeah, that just sucks when you think about it. But yeah, overall, a pretty solid film as a whole, and I thought it was a pretty good film. Okay, nothing great, mind you, if you ask me. Uh, yeah, it doesn't have the same kind of feel like the first one did, because as mentioned a moment ago, it feels incredibly rushed in a lot of ways. It's nowhere near as good. But I'll give this edition, an overall rating of a 7.0 out of 10. Gives a 7.0 out of 10 for me. As always, thanks for watching, and take care until next time. See ya. Oh yeah, later.